Hi, I'm Manabu from Frontier Research Center of Toyota Motor Corporation. Today, I am going to present our paper, Development of Low-inertia Backdrivable Arm, focusing on learning-based control. Our goal is to create a manipulator that achieves both safety and operation speed. To achieve this, we are researching a flexible manipulator with low inertia and high backdrivability. In this study, we considered actuators, arm, and control algorithms that can perform human equivalent tasks, aiming for an arm that can coexist with humans. Here we show the basic idea of determining the required backdrivability from the task assumed in this paper. First, we chose two tasks as an example of flexible, quick, and contact-rich force manipulation of humans. For hammering tasks, the goal is not only to have the flexibility necessary for quick movements, but also to not to break during the learning experiment. The whiteboard erasing tasks requires the arm to push the eraser against the board with the correct force. Among these tasks, we considered the backdrivability requirements from the whiteboard erasing task because whiteboard erasing requires more delicate force control than hammering. We assumed if the arm holding the whiteboard eraser can detect and control the force necessary to move the eraser against the whiteboard, the arm satisfies the requirement. Therefore, the minimum force that can start moving while pressing against the whiteboard is determined as the required backdrivability. We select an actuator based on rated torque and static friction to satisfy payload and minimum force requirements. And here is the overview of developed 3DOF arm. To test that our developed arm can acquire contact reach and quick motions on the real robot, we selected two tasks and applied two types of learning algorithms. The first task is hammering as a quick motion, and the second task is whiteboard erasing as a contact reach quick motion. For learning-based control, we chose two types of learning algorithms: reinforcement learning algorithms for unsupervised learning and self-supervised learning for supervised learning. In the reinforcement learning experiment, we evaluated 2 points: to acquire quick motion using only the real robot, to acquire a stable trajectory by torque control. In a self-supervised learning experiment, we evaluated 3 points: to learn a task that involves a lot of contacts, to learn a quick motion, to search controller in the torque space. Here is the experimental setup of hammering. The end effector is judged to have complete hammering when it reaches the target range. We chose the Monte Carlo method to update Q table all at once after the reward is obtained. The state is defined as the discrete position and velocities of motor 1, 2. And the action is defined as any of 4 possible combinations of outputting or not outputting a constant torque to motor 1, 2. As a reward, we chose 2 elements. If the velocity of the end effector is in the target range, a large positive reward is added. In addition, the total energy consumed in the stroke is taken from the reward. The videos show the result of acquired hammering motion using reinforcement learning. The bottom right figure shows the trajectory of the motion acquired by learning. The outer colored points represent the position of the end effector and the torque of motor 2. The inner colored points represent the position of the elbow joint and the torque of motor 1. The acquired motion generated torque for acceleration at the start of the movement. Meanwhile, little torque was generated during the downward motion. Just before reaching the goal range, only motor 2 generates torque to adjust velocity. The upper right figure shows that after 110 episodes, learning stabilizes and motion is acquired. In addition, although more than 10,000 episodes of learning were performed, no hardware failures occur. To summarize this experiment, we obtained a stable and successful trajectory for quick motion using only torque control without compensation for friction or dead weight. Here is the experimental setup for whiteboard racing. The shoulder yaw axis is maintained in sinusoidal motion, and the shoulder pitch and elbow pitch axis is controlled to exert force on the whiteboard. We model the dynamics of the arm, the whiteboard, and the eraser as a single neural network. To train the dynamics model, we collect random erasing data using bilateral control. After learning the dynamics model, the arm is controlled using the model to calculate control input. The control input is calculated using nonlinear optimal control to realize the desired contact state. The video shows racing motion before and after running of human control data in bilateral mode. After running, the controller acquires force manipulation in repeat motion. The controller increased force and torque by a factor of 5 times, and the controller can run on force manipulation without breakage with the control input searched by a learning-based model. Finally, I summarized this study. We demonstrated the overall design of the arm that allows flexibility and quick force manipulation. We studied the backdrivability requirements from task, selected actuator based on the requirements, fabricated a prototype of a 3D OF arm, and realized a task with quick movements and physical contact using learning-based control. For future study, it will be necessary to generalize this design method to accommodate general purpose environments and tasks. Thank you for listening. This is the end of our presentation.